If you're over 50 like me and you Googled digital marketing and immediately felt like you needed a translator, well, you're not alone. Trust me, I've been there. The internet loves to make this stuff sound complicated, but it's really not. And I'm going to break it down the way I wish somebody had broken it down for me not long ago, in plain English with no jargon and no fluff. Let's go. Digital Marketing Explained after 50. And no tech degree and no dancing required, everyone, I promise. So you've probably heard things like build your personal brand, grow your audience, monetize your content, and had absolutely no idea what any of that means. Well, don't worry, because neither did I when I started. And here's what we're going to cover today. We're going to talk about digital marketing, what it actually is, and in plain English. We're going to talk about the 3 myths keeping people our age stuck, and why they're completely wrong. Also, we're going to talk about 4 legitimate income paths people are using with digital marketing, including one that most people overlook, and then why being over 50 is actually an unfair advantage. And yes, I really, really mean that. And your simple 3-step starting plan that requires no tech degree and no big following. And stick around to the end because the last section is the one that'll actually change how you see yourself online. And real quick, for the new people, who am I? Well, my name is Judd Albring, and I'm a 54-year-old semi-retired stay-at-home dad. I've been in digital marketing for the last 9 years, and I actually also had the honor of being featured in Business Insider, which I was just thrilled about. I love sharing that with people. That really meant a lot to me. And then Jiu-Jitsu. This is my hobby that I do. I'm not very good at it. As you can see here on the bottom right, I was 3rd place in my last tournament, but hey, I got out there. So that's something fun I like to do. So digital marketing, well, it is promoting something online instead of offline. The old way was billboards, newspaper, TV ads. The new way is YouTube, email, Facebook posts. So you have the same goal, but you just have different tools. It's kind of like the old way would be stapling flyers to telephone poles. I don't know if anybody's ever done that. I've done that before. I remember it all too well. The problem is anybody might see it. People just randomly walking by. You could have old people, young people, men, women, you never know. And most people really don't care. They're not paying attention. The new way, example, might be texting the exact right person who's actually interested in what you have. And there's 4 types of digital marketing. You have content marketing, social media marketing, email marketing, and paid ads. And we're going to focus on 1, 2, and 3 first, obviously. But number 4 is something that I'm going to briefly talk about, but it's not something you're going to do as a beginner. I do not recommend getting into paid ads. Actually, I've been doing this 9 years. I do not run paid ads. I do all my business organically. Okay. So first, let's talk about content marketing. This is where you're sharing helpful stuff, building trust. Maybe you're doing, entertainment style stuff. Examples would be YouTube videos like what I'm doing now, educational, tutorial. You have blog posts. Of course, there are podcasts, and then you have all the different social media channels as well. It's kind of like being the helpful neighbor everyone comes to for advice, except now the entire internet can find you, which is crazy. And then you have social media marketing, right? Showing up where your people already are. Facebook is pretty much all different ages, but it's very, very popular among people over 40, over 50. And actually YouTube, which is great for teaching and doing long form content, is exploding now with people over 50. And you're seeing a lot more retirement channels starting, which is awesome. So this is a great time to get into digital marketing. And then you have Instagram and Pinterest that is more visual. You have a lot of people doing kind of the fast scroll, and Instagram and TikTok, they're all also getting into more video stuff, but it's different because it's not necessarily long form. But those are the basics. And you don't need to be everywhere. You don't need to be on every single platform, but you have to be somewhere and you have to be in front of the right people. And honestly, guys, I think that this is one of the best way for people over 50 to get started. It's certainly one of the more popular ways now. You're seeing a lot of people on Instagram and Facebook creating content, and even on YouTube doing retirement, living lifestyle type content, because it's a great way for people to dip their toes into the digital marketing waters. And if you want to learn how to get started, how I got started, then definitely check out my free blueprint. I'll make sure to put it below somewhere in the description for you. And you have email marketing. And this is our most valuable digital asset. is emails because you own the list. It's kind of like you having a Rolodex, except everybody in that Rolodex actually said, yes, I want to hear from you. How crazy is that? And I remember Rolodex. And no algorithm controls email marketing. You own your list, and it's a much higher return than any other digital channel. And you have paid ads, which again, not something you're going to be doing, but I do definitely want to talk about it. It's kind of like renting a billboard, but much, much smarter because you can choose exactly who sees it. And you only pay when someone clicks, okay? And you can start small, you can test, and then you can kind of scale what works. So it's not like you're doing a flat fee, they throw up your billboard, and you hope that your billboard does well. With paid ads, you can start with a very small budget and grow over time. And again, skip this one until you're absolutely clear on your message, your business is growing, and paying to amplify the wrong thing is very expensive. And I always recommend hiring somebody if you're going to do something like this. So let's bust the 3 myths. The ones that are really keeping people stuck. And the biggest one is technical, right? It's too technical for me. Well, here's the truth. We already figured out VCRs for the most part. We figured out cable TVs with hundreds of channels, and we were the lab rats for the internet. So we got started in the internet from scratch, everyone. So we can do this. And the tools are easier now than ever. I got started 9 years ago, and we had a lot of great tools back then. But even in the past, going on 10 years now, as you can imagine, things have changed dramatically and the tools have become much more user friendly and the tech involved has decreased dramatically. Basically, everything is drag and drop. And there's great tools like Canva, of course, YouTube. There's tons of great email platforms. There's just all kinds of great software designed for regular people who are not techie at all. So that's definitely not an issue. Number 2 is people worry about having a big following. And I hear this all the time. People see my YouTube channel like, well, Judd, you have over 500,000 subscribers. I'm just getting started. Let me tell you, first of all, everybody starts from zero, but more and more, it is not about the subscriber count. It's not about how many followers, subscribers you have. Believe me when I tell you that. There are lots of small channels that are absolutely crushing it. And there are lots of really big channels and people with millions of followers on Instagram and Facebook that are doing nothing. Okay. It's not about the size. It's about getting in front of the right people, the right match. 10 people who desperately need your help are way more valuable than 10,000 people who are just scrolling past. So it's kind of like the difference between shouting in a stadium versus whispering to the exact right person or the exact small group of people. And myth number 3, it's too late to start. You guys, it is never too late. I started jiu-jitsu at, 49 years old? Let me tell you, I'm going up against guys and girls in their 20s that are crushing me, and I'm hanging in there. It is not too late. And like I mentioned earlier, there are more and more people our age who are absolutely crushing it right now on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, you name it. The internet is already crowded with the 20-somethings who are giving life advice. And there are more so-called experts with a handful of months of experience out there. The world is hungry and ready for people like us, people who have real experiences, who have a real perspective on everything. And of course, people who have real credibility, people who've had boots on the ground and actually have done this stuff. And that's rare. So your age is not a weakness. It is your superpower. All right. It is your superpower. This is your sign to start, guys. Seriously, get out there and just get going. And if you want to learn how I got started at 46, let me tell you, like I said, there wasn't all the crazy tools there are now. And you want to learn the step-by-step system that I used to get started and the same system I'm using till this day, click the link below in the description and you can learn more, okay? How are people over 50 making an income with digital marketing? Well, first of all, disclaimer, what I share here is based on my own experience. My results are certainly not typical, and it did not happen overnight. They took years of showing up, making mistakes, and figuring things out. There are absolutely no shortcuts and no guarantees. This is educational content, not a promise of income. So always do your research and consider your own situation before making any business decisions. So 4 ways to make income with digital marketing. You can sell your knowledge, coaching, courses, affiliate marketing, which is where you earn a commission when you recommend other people's products, digital products that you can create your own, or you can even do done for you products that you purchase. Then, of course, monetizing on YouTube and Facebook. YouTube, where you're getting paid for the ads that are shown on your videos. And then Facebook now is even monetizing content, and they're monetizing reels and even posts, which is crazy. So the first one, selling your knowledge. Coaching, consulting, online courses. I still do all 3 of these. I'm actually coaching a handful of people right now. I have online courses, and I have done consulting periodically over the years for people who've wanted my advice and help with growing a YouTube channel or learning more about digital marketing and promoting their business. And these are real life examples that people are doing right now, our age. Career advice is a big one. Health and fitness journeys, which is huge for people over 50. And then financial planning, also talking about retirement, traveling in retirement, RVing, living overseas are all really, really big topics. And then you have all the great hobbies, gardening, cooking, crafts, playing guitar, jujitsu. It's endless. And then you have affiliate marketing. And this is what I highly recommend is if you look into affiliate marketing is that you recommend things that you already use and you love. And then you get paid a commission. You get a percentage when people actually buy the product. And what's cool is it's at no additional cost to them. Okay. It's kind of like being the friend who always has the best recommendations, except now the store pays you a commission for sending people there, or the restaurant or the gym. And you have no product to create, you have no inventory, and there's no customer service headaches because the owners of that product, the creators of that product are handling that for you. And then digital products, my absolute favorite and really the core of my business model, are creating PDF guides, templates, mini courses, checklists, downloadables, really easy, easy to consume content. And then path number 5, this is a bonus, which in reality, I just forgot to put it on the slide. So I put bonus, but sponsorships and brand deals. As your audience grows, companies may pay you to talk about their products, and even smaller creators with niche audiences can track brand partnerships. And you see it happening all the time. It's not about the million follower influencer like we talked about before. Smaller accounts are getting brand deals. You know, somebody who might be talking about fly fishing in Alaska. There's all kinds of stuff about fly fishing and fishing in Alaska specifically. And then you have people who maybe play a particular type of sport that's maybe not as popular. And of course, you're seeing pickleball exploding right now. So there's lots of great opportunities for sponsorships and brand deals. It's kind of like being a spokesperson, except you don't need to be famous. You just need to have the right audience. How cool is that? So where do you start? And I want to give you the actual not so overwhelming version. The first thing you want to do is you want to pick a topic, something you know. Doesn't have to be your life's passion. Could be a hobby, something like that. But it's about your experience. This could be life experience, work experience. And that's what's great about our age and being over 50 is that we have so much to share, so much to offer. You know, you might be thinking, oh, well, I don't do that anymore. I worked at such and such for 30 years in sales. Now I'm retired. Well, guess what? There are plenty of people out there who want to learn about sales, how to get more clients. That could be a topic. Okay. That could be a channel idea. It could be something you talk about on Facebook. So there's tons of great opportunity. You might think it's boring, but to other people, it's actually really exciting and it's really valuable. So ask yourself, what do people already come to you for help with? And again, you might be thinking, well, they only come to me for help with accounting because I was an accountant for 30 plus years. But are those people maybe also reaching out to you because you're a great cook? Maybe you made something at a barbecue and they want to know how you use the Traeger grill to smoke a brisket for 10 hours. And you're like, I am pretty good at barbecue grilling. I really do enjoy this stuff. Well, that is a potential topic. The biggest thing here that I can hammer home with you guys, that I want to hammer home with you, is focus on solving problems. Okay, what are the problems people are having and how can you solve them? And then number 2, pick a platform. You don't need to be everywhere. Pick one platform. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Of course, email is going to come from all that. You're going to gather emails as you grow YouTube and Facebook. But to get started, do you want to do short videos like 5, 6, 7 reels? You can do Facebook and Instagram. That's a perfect place for people our age to get started because it's very low tech to no tech, and you can just use your phone. YouTube, even though you can do YouTube from your phone, as you grow, you probably want to think about camera and microphone and things like that, but you can certainly get started with just your phone. And this is more for teaching, storytelling, how-tos. If you're somebody who maybe wants to spend a little bit more time getting into a topic, teaching, storytelling, YouTube might be the way to go. And, of course, Facebook's great for building community, but master one, add more later. Okay. Spend the first year on one platform, master it, dominate it, and you'll be good. Then you can add other platforms and start before you're ready. Just upload that video, write that post. It doesn't matter. The first ones are going to stink. They're going to suck. And that's okay. That's actually great news because you get to practice and you get to get better. So every video, every post is going to get better, better, and better. And you get to do this with basically zero audience watching. Because as the algorithm gets to know you, then it's going to start showing your stuff to more people and more people. And by the time you start to really kind of grow, you're going to be getting better and better at your craft. And remember, that's not embarrassing. That's a gift. So just get it out there. And if you are serious about, learning digital marketing, you're ready to take the next step, then definitely click the link below in the description. I'll also put it in the pinned comment, and you can download my free step-by-step video blueprint and learn more about digital marketing and exactly how I get started. I hope that was helpful for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.